Thank you.
All right, so we're going to start with the boys first. This is Coach Mike and Coach Cap.
Okay, we'd just like to thank everyone, obviously, for throwing the luncheon. It's great to get all the teams together, parents, and everything like that. Just before I go into the seniors, talk about them a little bit, I just want to go over the young men that are going to be receiving their letters. Okay. So we'll start off with Kiro. You have the letter, right? I have an extra one, go. I'll remember. I gave you two more. That's my mistake. Sign the certificate. Carlos. Jose Reynoso. Alec. First of all, I called Alan up. I didn't call you. Okay, Jonathan, now you're up. Morse. Freshman Kelvin Carino. Neil. And last but not least, Brian. Alright, just a couple of things throughout the season I want to go over. Obviously, it was a kind of a transition period. I was really happy to get the head job, and I brought someone in from Kearney that I knew that is not only a good person, but he knows the game of soccer, and I think it worked out well. We started off a little bit slow. I think we all agreed at one point we just sat in the locker room after one of the games and just like stared at each other and was like, "There's nothing more to say. We're just not winning," you know. But we made a couple of I guess changes. Put some guys up and forward, moved some guys back, and it really made a big difference. We wound up winning the last 7 or 8 out of 9 games, which was really big. We even made it into the tournament, which we pretty much weren't even thought we were going to be into. Ms. G obviously helped us out. That was really big. We beat Saddlebrook before the tournament. We beat North Arlington. We beat them pretty handily too. So I mean, I was really impressed. I was really happy. It was a great thing. Okay. So with that being said, I want to call up my seniors, my 4 seniors, please. Alright, I'm going to start off first with Loris. I didn't actually know Loris. This was his first year playing under me. He is the epitome of a quiet young man. There were a lot of times where I tried to get him kind of pumped up and tried to rev him up, and he was just like, okay, whatever, you know. And of course, the one game where we just about decided to leave you for the tournament. And Eric was there, and we walked on the bus late. Eric said to me, just let him go, relax, take it easy. And ordinarily, a couple of previous years it would have been a screaming match, but I was glad that, you woke up, you wiped your eyes, and you were ready to play in the field. Okay, that's the kind of person you were. Okay, you were upset that you were late, but you wanted to be there. Definitely put the hard work in. You scored a really big goal for us in the state game off that header. That was a beautiful goal. I don't know who crossed it. Gonzalo.
Oh, Gonzalo.
When you hit that ball in the corner, even the fans on the other side were like, wow, this team can play a little bit. You know what I mean? I understand. I understand we were up against it because we played against a lot of teams. We played against a lot of guys that are really talented. But we gained respect. Okay, we gained a lot of respect from the other team and the fans after we scored that goal. It was only 2-1. Okay, so with that being said, I'd like to wish you good luck next year. You said you're applied to a couple of schools, and of course, come back whenever you're going to. All right, next we're going to go with Neil.
Neil.
Cap and I we always have this conversation, Cap and I, about Neil is going to make a great coach in that. Right or wrong? No. He knows the game. He knows where to be, and he's dedicated. I couldn't tell you how many times you had to be at the locker room at 8. He was there at 7:45, 7:30, waiting. Some people are still wiping the boogers out of their eyes when they come walking into the locker room. Yep, that's what I thought, Miss. We were always there, ready to go. A couple of times in the middle of the year, we had to take you from off the ledge a little bit, but you were dedicated. And somebody that's been there for 4 years, I believe you played? 2. I've only known you for 2 years, and the 2 years you were there with me, you were absolutely fantastic. You're a fine young man, never had a bad word to say about anyone, and I think the guys really respected you a lot. Okay, next we're going to take a look at Brian. Okay. Brian. You'd be amazed at how good Brian was as a goalkeeper. There was a game where we played Hawthorne. It was that night game in the muddy field. And Brian was just on fire. He was stopping everything. He was using his hands, his head, his leg, everything you could think of just to stop, the goals. So the coach was walking over to me, like, goalie's really good. I'm like, yeah, he's our goalie for like a week or so. Can we borrow it? Or like, just the way kind of player he was. He kind of took the brunt of a lot of games in the beginning of the year because we weren't winning as much. But his ability to use his feet in the back made it so important. If you passed the ball back, or if the ball was bouncing, instead of just punching the ball out, he was able to head it away or chest it down or something like that. And that was one of the bigger keys when we started winning at the end. Okay, we had guys playing in the back, and we had Brian as pretty much another defender that just happened to use his hands because he was so good with his feet. So with that being said, he actually did save us. Okay, we really needed someone to step up. We had a bunch of injuries, and he jumped up and he helped out. Funny kid, great to be around as well. Loves eating Popeyes consistently. But happy he came back this year. Okay, here we go. There's one thing that I've learned. It's one thing that I've learned being the first year the head coach, and that's paperwork. And a lot of times I've noticed, well, not a lot of times, this past year, paperwork was such a serious problem with people getting their physicals in, and my physical wasn't signed, and I think she's going to the doctor, and Nico and a couple other guys were behind the 8 ball when the year started. And I think that's why we kind of started off slowly. With that being said, I went up to Nico maybe 2 weeks into the year, and I said, listen, I need somebody on defense that I could trust, somebody with good speed, someone that's physical. And he said, you know what, coach, let's do it. Let's try it. So ever since I put him back there, At center back, the whole team just totally changed. Okay, the whole team changed. And he knows that he was such a big part of our team. Okay, there were times that he would come into the locker room and he would start talking this and that, and I said, Miko, just let it go, do one day at a time, and we'll work on it. He was the anchor of the defense. I cannot tell you how many times we got offside traps. The offside trap worked against other teams. The guy from North Arlington, the coach, Jesse, he was pulling his hair up at the end of the game because our offside trap was perfect. 7, 8, 9, 10 calls in a row, and the offside trap was absolutely perfect. And that just comes from practice. One person being the leader, and it takes practice. Okay, and that's the kind of person he was. Even the guy when we played our state game, that one, the shorter guy, the real quick guy, we held him in check for a while. You know what I mean? And it was really tough. We played the tournament game against the Onion. Brestville. Okay, we had those guys all over the place because we were composed. Okay, last year, I'm sure you would have took a swing at somebody at one point. But this year, cool as a cucumber. Most of the time. Most of the time. Okay, but he was relaxed, and that's exactly what a captain is someone that runs the defense. That's what we need. Okay, so wish him luck next year. I guess we'll close up. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for throwing this for us, all the parents for coming, everyone showing up, and of course next year we got at least 12 seniors, I think I counted. There's going to be more. So next year is going to be a big year for us too. So I'm really excited. Thank you guys. Give these out.
All right, clear. Now moving on to
I'd like to say thank you both for organizing this. It's great to see all the boys and girls together. I'd just like to say, I saw you guys play a few times. You guys can play with it as well, so good luck next year. And I'm sure we'll see you around. Thank you to parents for coming out. It's great to see so many of you here. You guys are always very supportive coming to games, and that kind of shows with the way the girls are as well. I'd just like to say a few things about our seniors, our team, and we're going to get into it. First of all, when we started on August 16th, I think our first game was August 20th. If somebody told me, not even that, we're going to be as successful as we were with winning games, with winning the league, but just as far as these girls played, I would have never believed it. They came so far in those few months, and that's only due, again, they never kind of gave up. I never was on a team where there's always issues with a team. Especially in high school, you worry about kids' grades, you worry about them missing school, you worry about them missing practice, and so on. I don't think it makes my job very easy when I know when I'm going to practice, everyone's going to be there. Maybe there was 2 or 3 times throughout a year where I had to worry about somebody missing a game because they were in their own time, or something of those sorts. But for a majority part, these girls are also made my job easy, made Coach Ashley's job easy as well. So I really appreciate that, and hopefully we're going to continue to get better and better every year. Okay? So we're going to get started. We're going to begin with the girls who played on the junior varsity level, right? Yeah, you can do it.
Allison, come on up. Nelly, come on up. Welcome. Nicole. Diana.
So that was mostly the girls that played. We have a lot of girls that play both. So that was the girls that played varsity. We're going to start with the varsity girls. So Diana. Donna. Great. Okay, next one we have Gianna. Beth. Sarah and Caitlin. Okay, Sarah. Emily. Caitlin. She's not down here. Andrew's here. Melissa. Carly. Samantha Z. And the last one is here, Gabby. We didn't miss any Becton girls, right? Good? Okay. Just like to get all the 4 seniors, I believe, right up here. So that's Rebecca, that is Diana, Caitlin, and Emily, right? Am I missing anybody? That's it, right? Just 4. Okay. So that's a few words about these girls. First of all, I know for some of you, I'm going to say this in like general, for some of you it was tough this year because maybe you expected to play a little more and whatnot, some of you. But what I'm thankful for to every single one of you, right? You girls were always your leadership as far as practice is concerned, right? I've never had a single issue with any of you, and you never ever, any 4 of you complain about anything, right? Like I said, a lot of you maybe deserve to play a bit more, maybe this, maybe that, but you never complain, right? You guys are always all about the team, and I think that showed kind of in our results at the end of the year, right? So I'd just like to say thank you, and I expect you girls to come back next year, a little free labor over the summer, if you're around. And good luck with anything that you do, okay?